What's up, peeps? We're back. As always, I'm your host, Lee Bentz, and thank you so much for joining us on this week's YouTube edition of AEW Insider. The podcast was supposed to be out Thursday night, but it wouldn't record. I recorded half the show, no audio would register, waited till the next day, tried it again. I deleted the app, and then I couldn't log back in, so it just took me till this morning, Saturday, to get in. So the show I did on a podcast, I'm doing here on YouTube video for you guys, because I know some of you don't listen to podcasts. All right, so remember, check us out on all social media, AEW Insider on Facebook and YouTube, and the AEW Insider 1 as a number 1 on Twitter. All right, let's get into the news this week. AEW. International AEW TNT fans rejoice. Fight TV is offering all AEW live on TNT content unlimited on their channel for just $4.99 a month. And I hear that the people overseas are pissed about it, that they even have to pay for it, which is bullshit, or they wouldn't get to see it. It sucks, because in the States, we have to pay full price. We're paying $60 a pay-per-view, If you want to watch AEW on TNT or Raw, whatever, you have to have cable or like Sling TV. These guys are getting the same pay-per-views for $7 to $12 a fucking shot. So I wouldn't bitch about it, man. Be happy you're getting it, and $5 a month for AEW is awesome. AEW and DC Comics did a collaboration and made art pieces. They want to promote TNT. They did Jericho, Jon Moxley, and Awesome Kong. They look kick-ass, and I wish I knew where I can get my hands on them. They will be showing them and giving them out to promote Supervillain Weekend on TNT. Also, not to be left out of the ratings from the audience, AEW and TNT are in final negotiations for their own after show, just like WWE is doing with Fox. The war is upon us, my friends, less than a week away. And remember, we will be at AEW Live for the third taping, in Philly, October 16th. AEW Chris Jericho has filed a trademark for a little bit of the bubbly, so nobody can use it, and he could sell a bunch of t-shirts and become even richer than he is now. He also took a shot at NXT United Kingdom champion Walter. He tweeted that Walter is the stupidest wrestling name ever, and he's absolutely right. Well, part of Impact's production team, like behind the scenes, the guys who do their vignettes, their videos, the graphics, the editing, the sound, makeup, like a bunch of shit behind the scenes, the old wrestler Kevin Sullivan was in charge of it. Well, him and some of his best crew, his personal friends that he worked with and hired, jumped ship. They actually went to AEW. So now Impact Wrestling is left scrambling to replace them with quality people for their upcoming debut Tuesday nights, which we'll get to in a bit also. Cody Rhodes went on record with Collider Radio, and he talked about CM Punk in the infamous text offer a few months back. This is what he had to say. 50-50. I really like Phil, and he was really nice to me when I was at OVW, and he was kind of a locker room leader. By then, he already had such a successful run in WWE. I never really had a bad relationship with him. We never were against each other or competed. I know he doesn't like when we discuss him, but as I explained to him once, a lot of people ask us about him. I don't want to say no comment. Perhaps he doesn't want to be involved in wrestling anymore. If that's the case, no big deal. You gave us your body, and this body of work, and CM Punk, he is an awesome wrestler. Also, he did kind of make us look like a dumbass, saying we sent him an offer through text message. We texted him, we called him, someone also met him in a coffee shop. We made genuine efforts. In 2019, he's had quite some time away from the ring. We got to focus on who really wants to be on board with us versus on going out and finding someone who perhaps doesn't even want to be part of this. I didn't really communicate with him further after that. I expected to see him at StarCast. He gave this great live show where he was great with the answers, and I'm sure we'll run into each other at some point. Cody continued to say, if he ever wanted to be a part of this and has a passion to come back to wrestling, that door is always open. No ego, no situation would ever prevent us from having him come in, because the fans have never given up on Punk, ever. Like I said, peeps, the war starts this Wednesday. The Wednesday Night Wars. Haven't had competition like this in over 20 years. I can't fucking wait. WWE news. Well, in major news, the shaman is sexy. John Morrison is signed with the company that made him a star. That's right, Pete. He went back to WWE. He actually left in 2011, but the dog is back. And you know his smoking hot wife will be right behind him as soon as her contract is up, too. The details of how long he signed have not been revealed at the time of me writing this, and I have read that he will debut on Raw or SmackDown's draft in less than 2 weeks. Also, the WWE Women's Champion Paige turned down a backstage hosting gig for the WWE After Show for SmackDown on Fox. They already have Renee Young and Booker T for it. I don't know what the fuck she's doing, if she's busy or what, but she's crazy. But CM Punk has had a tryout with WWE. Now hold your horses, people. I said tryout. That does not mean it was inside the ring. About a month ago, I reported that Punk's agent talked to WWE about a hosting gig on that show. Nothing ever came of it. Well, a few days ago, he was at Fox Studios with Renee Young, and they were sitting there practicing for the SmackDown live show on Fox. Reports are that it went very well, and offers were sent to him. So he might be back in WWE television. It's fucking insane. We know Punk was a commentator for WWE. He didn't like it at first and he loved it. He tried it for UFC, but I guess they wouldn't give him the gig full time. So he loved this. WWE has revealed their official announced team for Raw and SmackDown starting next week. The Raw crew moves to SmackDown. So they have Corey Graves, Michael Cole, and Renee Young. People thought Renee Young was just going to be hosting a Fox show, but she'll be playing double duty. And it's awesome, because like I said, I think you should have a female voice with the announcers. And then on Raw, it will be NXT UK's Vic Joseph, ex-NXT wrestler Dio Madden, and Jerry the King Lawler, which is awesome to me, but Paul Heyman is not too happy about that. He did not want Jerry the King Lawler on the commentating team. It was forced to him by Vince McMahon. As soon as Paul Heyman gets a chance, he does want to replace Lawler, so we'll see. Bobby Lashley is set to return for the draft, and after that, he's going to go into a feud with Brock Lesnar. That'll be kick-ass. Chyna will make her first appearance in a wrestling game for the first time in nearly 20 years. She will be a playable character in WWE 2K20. They released her entrance video. She has the big cannon, which she's shooting, what have you. She looks awesome. It looks just like her face, her body. We all miss Chyna. She was one of a kind in the ring, and her and Eddie Guerrero's love story and feud were fucking just epic. Seth Rollins and The Fiend continued off the air when Raw went off Monday. Last we seen, Seth was cowered in a corner all scared. Well, after that, I guess Seth got, a second winner. He wasn't scared anymore. He super kicked The Fiend a bunch of times, and he curb stomped him at least 4 times. The Fiend pretty much, he didn't act like it didn't hurt, but he didn't stay down. He kept getting up, and then he made his way out of the ring and up the ramp. So that's pretty crazy. That feud's going to kick ass. Speaking of Bray Wyatt, it has been revealed that he is bringing a female member into the Firefly Funhouse. Will it be Sister Abigail or a new character? People are really, really saying it's going to be Liv Morgan. We know she's been away, supposed to come back with a new gimmick, and they swear that female laughed, even though it was distorted on Raw, sounded like her. So stay tuned, peeps. I'm hoping for Sister Abigail. I don't want Liv Morgan to play her, but we'll see. Also, Fox is not happy that they are not getting The Fiend on SmackDown. As of right now, he is a Raw guy. Also, Raw is getting back their pyros. You might not have noticed, but they really haven't been doing them in, in a while besides pay-per-view. Well, Raw and SmackDown are getting pyrotechnics, fire, lasers, and SmackDown's theme song is going to be by AC/DC. So it's going to be fucking awesome. Stone Cold Steve Austin has gone on record to say that he has one more match left in him. To me, that's fucking awesome to hear, because I don't think I've ever heard Stone Cold say that since he's retired, literally. The Velveteen Dream has not been cleared for action since his title loss, and that really sucks, as he's due to get called up and go on the main roster, man. We need the Dream back. NXT Wednesday night was awesome. My baby Dakota Kai made her return. She dyed her hair blonde, which I really don't like. I like her better with dark hair, but I'm still a fan. She's hot as fuck, and I was glad to see her back. And in the finale, they set up a Matt Riddle and Adam Cole fight. During their promo, Adam Cole might have suffered a legit radius fracture. Like, what the fuck, Riddle? It's not UFC. You need to chill out, bro. Alexa Bliss is not happy about fighting Sasha Banks on the Raw premiere Monday night, the season premiere. It's not a work either. These two really do not like each other, and she wants no parts of Sasha in the ring, to avoid injury, what have you. She doesn't want to work with her. Bobby Roode is in line to get a huge push very soon. Paul Heyman wants it to be done. He knows what a huge talent Roode is, and as soon as he gets a chance, he's going to give him a very big push. Edge has stepped down from his E&C podcast of awesomeness. Christian is still going to do the podcast. Out of nowhere, why would Edge step down? To me, because my daughter and I have been wishing since we've seen him. About a month ago, whatever it was, when he made his appearance, when they were in Canada, he actually speared a wrestler. Now, Edge has been retired because he's supposed to be in such bad shape. If he did one move, he could be paralyzed for life. He wouldn't have did that spear in a ring if his medical condition was still the same. So the only thing I could think of is he quit the podcast, is he's going back on the road with WWE. Let's keep our fingers crossed, peeps. WWE legend superstar Billy Graham had a heart attack, and he reported himself that ever since he's in constant heart failure. We wish you the best, bro. My grandmother died of that. I mean, that shit sucks. Seth Rollins threw his co-worker some love on Twitter. This is what he had to say about his upcoming opponent, Rey Mysterio. This is a match I've been looking forward to my entire life. The fact that I'm defending the Universal title on Raw against Rey Mysterio in the year 2019 is mind-boggling. Even 6 days out from Hell in a Cell, I'll empty my tank for that one, for the greatest one ever, which is fucking awesome. He said, I'll empty my tank for one of the greatest ever, talking about Rey. Now Sasha Banks, playing her heel persona, copied the same exact tweet verbatim. She tweeted to pick out, but it replaced Rey Mysterio's name with Alexa Bliss and Becky Lynch. Seth seen it and he was pissed. He said, lucky for me, you will underdeliver as always and wonder why you're not in the main event. Burn! To help hype their debut on Fox, WWE has posted a huge poll on Twitter to name the greatest SmackDown superstar ever. They got everybody in the bracket. Myself, even though Triple H is my favorite, I would have to pick The Rock. The show was named after the fucking Rock, and he was the greatest ever. In second, it would be Kurt Angle for me, and then probably Edge and Christian or Undertaker. But they're already on the second round right now, so definitely hop on there and vote for your greatest SmackDown superstar ever. WWE has this week fucking stacked for TV. Monday night, we do have the season opener of Raw. Tuesday night, they have the season premiere of Total Divas. Wednesday night, you got NXT on USA full-time now. Friday night, they have SmackDown on Fox. And Sunday, they got their pay-per-view Hell in a Cell. It's fucking awesome. Let's get to some UFC news. UFC president, or whatever the fuck he is, Dana White did an interview with the podcast called My Mom's Basement. They asked him about Matt Riddle, and this is what he had to say. Listen, I've heard interviews with Matt Riddle, and he's very fired up about being let go. That place and time where we were, it was the right move. I'm happy for him. I'm happy he's been successful and is doing well. I don't wish the kid any ill. I don't hate Matt Riddle or dislike Matt Riddle. I know he feels the opposite, as he should, but I don't wish him any ill will or anything like that. But I don't regret making the decision that I made at the time. Matt Riddle's seen that, and you know he's never at a loss for words. This is what the original bro had to say. Dana, I'm not mad that you fired me. I am mad because you're a heartless moron with too much money and power and felt the need to call me a loser after you fired me when I was on a 4-fight win streak. Yeah, I just had my third child and you almost bankrupted me. Also, to say it was the right call to fire me is the dumbest thing ever. You literally tried to ruin my career and life because you're a little bald bitch that could not control me. So stop lying. It's sad, bro. Yo, oh my God. I fucking love it. Also, UFC fighter Khabib hints that his next big fight will be held in this country of Russia. That'll be dope as fuck. Like some Rocky, Ivan, fucking Drago, the Russian shit. That'll be fucking so dope. Impact Wrestling has announced its move from Twitch TV to Access TV on Tuesday nights. On Friday night show, Sami Callihan came out and ruined the wedding of Brian Cage. I cannot wait for the draw Callahan to take that strap off of Cage. Jose Canseco is going to make his wrestling debut for World Class Wrestling. He has no prior wrestling experience. It will be held on November 3rd in Oklahoma. I don't know, man. Good luck with that, Jose. I've always liked you, but I don't know, bro. Chikara Wrestling, their promotion, they have a video game debuting in October. It's called like Chikara Wrestling Arcade something. So it's arcade wrestling. At first, when I watched the trailer, I was like, what the fuck is this? But by the end of it, I'm in, man. It's like cartoon graphics. They're doing crazy moves, burning tables, what have you. Dish Network has dropped Fox and Fox Sports in a lot of major markets, aka cities. So WWE won't be shown on them for SmackDown on Friday nights. WWE did a huge petition. They got a bunch of signatures, and Dish still said, go fuck yourself. So crazy. Ex-WWE and Impact star Victoria, my baby, has announced her retirement from pro wrestling. She was always one of my faves. She was gorgeous, and she's fucking vicious in the ring. So enjoy the rest of your life, gal. You earned it. Dragon Lee and Rush have been released from CMLL Wrestling. They wanted to be released though. Rush wants to do the indies as a free agent, and as I've reported in the past, major companies, including the WWE, want to sign Rush. So hey, we wish him and Dragon Lee the best. All right, Pete, we're going to wrap it up this week. I've been working a lot like a madman. I got podcasts out. They're doing friggin' awesome. I've been doing bonus videos. Check them out. 31 horror movies to watch in the month of October, part 1 and 2. Part 3 will be out tomorrow night, so definitely check them out and watch some of them in October. I don't pick any bullshit, you heard? I'd like to give a shout out to Jabba Jabba Wrestling Universe and the 570 Sports Show. All right, people, definitely show us some love. Listen to the podcast on Spotify, Google, Breaker, Apple Play, wherever you want. You know what I mean? And also on YouTube and Facebook, check us out. It's the AEW Insider. And on Twitter, it's the AEW Insider 1 as a number 1. As always, I'm your host, Lee Bentz, and thank you so much for joining us on this week's edition of the AEW Insider YouTube. Ciao, peeps.